Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. These are our quad 22L2s, which we picked up, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. When we first got them, they were a bit of a disappointment. I'd heard the smaller brothers of these, the quad 11Ls and L2s, I think, and they sounded quite nice, except I thought they strained a little bit on the bottom end. And I've read some reviews, and primarily, it's like part of what you hear or find out is, you almost listen with your eyes a bit. So some of that has to come from whether the aesthetic of the design appeals to you as much as the what hits you in the ear. I don't know if that sounds right or not. At any rate, we got these. We found a reasonable deal on these, and we got them home. And while the upper, the treble, and the mid range sounded really nice, the bottom end seemed a little boomy. So I was a bit disappointed, and I thought, well, that's a shame, because we live in a very small apartment, and as most people who live in urban areas know, that can be an issue, that apartments are small, space is at a premium, and it doesn't really lend itself to larger or even smaller tower speakers unless you're willing to do some significant room treatments or what have you. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to do some room treatments, and I started researching various things that, bass traps and sound traps and things that I could put on the wall, and I was thinking, oh, how am I going to do that? And then it's like getting the tools and finding the space to put this stuff together. And I thought, well, maybe I could try something a little simpler first. And then it occurred to me that, something that I read is that, one of the things that speaker designers do is take into account the reinforcement of the floor, what it does to the lower octaves, so that the height of the speaker or the height of the woofer from the floor in some respects determines the frequency response of the lower octaves. So if you in effect raise the speaker slightly off the floor, you change the signature of the sound, possibly in ways that the designer didn't intend. But that's a compromise that you might need to make if you want to place a larger speaker in a smaller room. Now in this case, it comes with this lovely piano finish, and it just fits so beautifully with our other furniture. And I thought, well, maybe this is something that we could try. And so I dragged home some paving stones from the garden center out in the suburbs, which was which is a quest in and of itself. So luckily I didn't destroy the little shopping trolley that I used, and I got them home. And I also at the big box hardware thing, I got a little membrane that's used for floating floors, and I managed to got that as scrap, and I cut some of that up and put that in between. And so I did that, and the other thing that I did, a handful of straws, and cut them up. So half are in this port, and the other half are in the other port of the other speaker. And to combine the speakers are now, to my ear, as perhaps uneducated as it is, they sound lovely. So while initially it had a beautiful top end, nice mid range, and the bottom end was a bit boomy, but now it's, the whole package just sounds terrific, and just so happy, so pleased that I didn't have to get so involved with bass traps and other wall treatments and things, which I may or may not do in the future, depending on. So at any rate, there you have it. Thanks for watching.